So we got another IXL video in front of us. I believe this one's going to be T14. That was exponential growth and decay. Oh, there's PERT. Might do a compound interest problem. You guys were pretty bad at that. Let's take a look at this one. This is T15 using PERT. I better have something in here that does a logarithm. There's some stuff in here that's worthy of doing. Good, we got some stuff in here. Awesome. So this one's worth doing, for sure. It's going to start off nice and easy, so it won't be too bad. William is putting $300 into an account to use for school expenses. The account earns 1% interest compounded continuously. And they're nice enough to give you the formula that you need, which is PERT. Hopefully some of y'all will memorize that. And then they ask for some other stuff. Anyways, how much is going to be in the account after 9 years? So the principal here is 300. The amount of 9 years, that's why I'm putting a 9 there, is 300. E, the rate of interest is 1%, which is 0.01. And it's going to take 9 years. And that's just push buttons in a TI-84. I'm not going to spend much time doing these easy problems. I'm hoping my TI-84 will turn on. E is going to be the second LN key, those of you that hadn't pushed the button. Now these older faceplates, they may or may not bring up a parentheses on you. Be careful about that. 328.25, nearest cent, right? 328.25. Correct. This is going to be no different, just a different R. Bump it up a level. Devin opened a savings account, deposited $200. The account earns 14% interest compounded continuously. He wants to use the money to buy a new bike in 1 year. How much is he going to be able to spend? Pretty simple. He's only investing it for a year, so he's not going to have much money. He's going to have a little over 214. It's going to be over 214 because of continuous compounding. 200 e to the 0.14 times a 1, because it was 1 year. Whatever the calculator says, it'll be over $214. That's all I can tell you. So 200 e to the 0.14. $230.05. Anyways, I'm going to bump up a level. This is too easy for y'all. Something worth doing. 1 year ago, Devin won some money in the lottery and put it in a bank account that earns 14% compounded continuously. If he has 200 in a bank account now, how much interest has he earned? Well, that was a year ago. They're still easy. Remember, we're plugging into A sub t is PERT. And after time, he has 200. We want to know what the principal was, stuff like that. So he currently has 200 bucks. The principal is unknown. We'll leave it P. The interest rate is 0.14, and 1 year passed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide out e to the 1400s, and I'm going to see what my calculator says. Pay attention to that. How much interest has he earned? I probably have never done a question like that with y'all. I probably should, but I can't do everything. The truth is, sometimes I forget some of the things I should ask. I make everything up for y'all. So 200 over e to the 1400s, assuming I didn't miss a decimal, is $173.87. 17387. Now remember, he has 200. So he had originally he invested 17387. He now has 200. So that means that he earned, for doing nothing, because that's how investments work, $26.13. Assuming my math is right. Still easy. That was level 3. Level 4, Braden and Carrie deposited $6,805 in a savings account, which earns interest compounded continuously. After 8 months, they had $6,856 in the account which they used to go on a trip. What was the interest rate on the account? This isn't actually that bad. Hopefully I won't mess it up. But you're going to use PERT. And T is in years. So you're 8 months. You put it over 12. You reduce the fraction 2/3 of a year. Because I don't think they're asking for monthly interest rate, but I could be wrong. You never know. We deposited $6,805. It grew to be $6,856. And we have E, don't know R, so just leave it R. And it took 2/3 of a year. So first thing we'll do here is divide out 6805. We could also do Y1, Y2. You guys need to learn your logarithms, at least how to use them. 6856 divided by 6805 is that little funky looking decimal right there, about 1.0075. That's equal to E to the 2/3 of R. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a technique called lnning both sides. The natural log of 1.0075 is the natural log of E to the 2/3 of R. This gets to be moved out front. And the natural log of E, because I'm sure you have forgotten it, is 1. That's gone. So I'm just going to divide both sides by 2/3. Be done with it, because the opposite of multiplication is division. And since I'm using a wonderful piece of technology, I'm going to use this exact decimal. The natural log of that decimal, notice I highlighted it and pressed enter, divided by, and I feel like I'm going to wrap 2/3. There we go. 0.01119. 0.1119. Actually, it's 0.012. Yeah, it's pretty crappy, isn't it? Wow, this must be your standard bank account. That's 1.12%. And they want nearest tenth. 1.1% interest. So they must have just, it says in a savings account. They don't earn anything. Awesome. Apparently I know what I'm doing. Who would have thought this? That's going to work the same way. Let's see what's on level 5. Kiara is saving up money to buy a car that costs $5,909. Man, I remember when I was broke. She puts $5,382 in an account which earns 2% compounding continuously. How long will it take before she has enough money? A long time. It's only 2% interest. She should have just kept working. You can make more money in a week than this would take. And again, I'm using PERT here. I'm kind of tired and ready to go home, so I'm forgetting to write things down for y'all. But after time, she wants $5,909, and she puts in $5,382. There's E, interest rate is pitiful, 0.02, and we don't know T. So this is going to be done a lot like the last one, just like the last one. We're going to divide out the 5382, both sides. See what happens. So that was 5909 divided by 5382. Gets me that little decimal there, 1.0979. You'll notice I write that on paper, but I don't use it. And on the last thing I did with y'all, I LN'd both sides. So I'm going to do that technique again. I'm going to shift that exponent out front. And I can throw away LNE because it's 1. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 0.02, or you can, be special and multiply both sides by 50. Maybe you understand that or not. I don't know. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. So let's see what my T84 says here. I'm going to take the natural log of that decimal and I'm going to highlight it and press enter. I'm going to divide it, close the parentheses, and I'm going to divide it by 0.02. I can already hear some of y'all just complaining, man, that took forever. It's because you're slow. 4.6708 is my answer. Oh, look, they want years and months, don't they? That's nice. So it's definitely going to be 4 years because there's a 4 there. Then you have to figure out what 0.6708 times 12 is. You should be able to do that. So I'm going to take away that 4, multiply it by 12, and they want nearest month, so 8 months on that one. And that's what I'm done with this one. So this is going to a 9095 as well. And there you go. There's your IXL, and I don't think you'll be able to use PhotoMath, but I could be wrong.